And I'm back.
Hey, Sean, you there?
Yes, I am.
Got a little bit of echo on my end.
Yeah, I hear the broadcast out there, and I hear our conversation before about doing the broadcast going over the air. I hope that's going to get replaced.
You're probably looking at the old link. See, now that we had to reset it, it's going to be at the new link.
Yeah, just doing the player on the website.
I can fix that real quick. Hold on.
Well, we've got a couple of mats in the field tonight, and both speeds.
If you refresh the webpage now, Sean, it should be on the current one.
And it is.
All right, so guess we're live here at DRTV out with DYNO Racing tonight at Las Vegas in the Cup cars. Should be pretty good. You got about 15 minutes to go to qualifying time. We're out here in practice sessions right now. So what do you think, Sean?
I think it's going to be a good, interesting night. We got a great field shaping up with some top quality drivers to tackle one of these cookie cutter tracks, but Vegas is a unique one to itself. It's a little more give and take than the other cookie cutters.
I hear that. They ran this in the Nationwide last night, and our winner last night was Kelly Horner, who usually runs the 21. Looks like right now our fastest car on the lap is the 33 of Martin, running at 28.757. There's a lot of 28s in the standings right now.
That's a wickedly fast time. I turned a few laps out there, mostly by myself, and I was in the 28.8s. 28.7 is probably with some good drafting help, and that's cool. That's fast.
Yeah, it looks like our top 10 is 28.9 or less.
Actually do a little live broadcast.
And they just got a big one out of turn 4. Looks like they damaged quite a few cars. It's a nice thing about online racing, right in the game. They just hit a reset button and they got a new car again.
Yeah, otherwise the crews would be awful upset having to wheel out a lot of backup cars.
I know that last night's setup in the Nationwide Series was a tad on the loose side, and I think that's what caused as many cautions as we had. I'm hoping we don't see too many cautions tonight, but I know you got out there on the track. How did it feel to you? Pretty stable?
I tell you, I love the setup. It's a little bit, it's perfectly balanced. I like it when you've got to give it a little bit of right input coming off the turns, that when you're hitting it just right, and I think it's going to make a great race. Actually, out here, going to try to turn a couple of hot laps myself before practice runs out.
Oh, there you go. Looks like we got 18 cars out on the field right now.
I think we're going to have more than that. I was counting up, I think we were hitting 19. And we may get another one or two before we get going to qualifying.
We're looking now at the 33 of Martin, currently your fastest lap score there.
He is always tough, and I imagine he'll be tough here again tonight.
Oh, he got a little loose in the corner and got out from under him.
I'm curious to see the top speeds these guys reach when they're coming into turn 1 when we get a full draft going. I was touching 197, 198 going into turn 1, and that is fast.
Yeah, definitely. As you can see now, we just switched over to camera number 3. Camera 3 is going to give us their current driver's name and their speed while they're running the track. So pretty interesting stuff we got going on tonight.
DRTV seems to be on the cutting edge of technological developments there, Rich, and my hat's off to you. You got some good stuff going on.
Well, thank you, sir. put a lot of thought into this, and we're still learning as we go. But every time I come across a little trick, I like to throw it in there.
And you do a real nice job.
Well, thanks. So usually when DRTV's broadcasting, I don't get too technical on too much stuff. I like to watch the race and let the spectators watch with us, and kind of bring up some excitement if it happens. Maybe, tell a little bit about the drivers. Of course, we're going to do some interviews for drivers later, and just have fun with it.
Let me tell you, fun is always what it's about here. Everybody always has a good time, and you know, and I know because we've been on the track with these guys many times that it's all about good, respectful racing, but with a key focus on having some fun. And I like taking it in myself.
Oh, definitely. It was a big choice for me to step out of racing on Saturday nights to do this broadcasting stuff.
And we've got a diverse field. We've got Tommy Patton here coming in all the way from China. He's in the field tonight and looking good. Looking strong tonight, Tommy is.
Yeah, there's a couple Pattons out here tonight. We got Keith Patton going to be running the 84, and then Tommy Patton's going to be running number 2. They're not related. One of them's in China. Tommy's out there in China. And I forget where Keith's at. I think he's in the middle section of the States. Could be wrong. I know we get a bunch of guys from all over the place. Every once in a while we get some Canadians with us.
Wake up.
Some international flair here at DYNO Racing.
So I just got wind from the guys down on the track. They're going to be resetting the server here shortly before they go to qualifying. Once they do that, we'll go ahead and take it to the DRTV commercial. That'll be the only commercial we run today. It'll be race to the end once we get rolling.
Okay, and I see we just had another driver come on in. Mr. Darrell Pace will be running the 17 tonight.
That's going to get us up to 20 cars now.
That's a good field.
Yeah, Matt Hatfield just joined us. Kelly Horner just joined us along with Darrell Pace.
More quality drivers.
Well, the nice thing about this is, give a shout out to other leagues that with us. It really is all between DYNO Racing, TDR Racing, and TWA Racing, because all three leagues kind of work together. We all race on different nights, so everybody can, get out and join the other leagues. And it really makes all three leagues a little bit stronger, and what gives us our 18 to 20 car counts every night.
And it's a great group of guys, and it's a lot of coordination, a lot of good effort you put together. One of these days we're going to get MSR added to that fold, and we'll get some more crossing over between us as well.
There you go. Around the track, the number 21 of Kelly and the 1 of Chase right now, playing a little follow the leader. Chase is going to get a little loose and pull it off the track.
Kelly's always tough. I imagine he'll be tough tonight too.
Yeah, that is your nationwide winner right there last night, the 21 of Kelly Horner. Um, Pretty much dominated the race. He was back in the pack, then moved himself back up a few different times. Very fast car. He was definitely got to beat last night.
Kelly's solid. Well, he's solid pretty much everywhere, but he is really solid on the mile and a halfers. I've had some tough door-to-door, great racing with Kelly.
Oh, and you see that you're out there on the track now, Sean.
I am, sir. Turned a couple laps here. I'm actually following Martin around right now, but oh, Martin just got into the wall.
Yep, we just saw that. We're watching your car run around now.
Yep, much as I like to be out here with these guys mixing it up, I'm getting ready to bring the 15 Stingray Chevrolet SS to the garage so we can focus on the broadcast booth. And I see Kelly coming by here. It's giving him room. He's got a race to get ready for here in a couple of minutes, and I do not.
Looks like you got a little passenger side scraping going on there. You're hitting the wall out there. Is it tough to keep it off the wall or what?
No, it's always tough to keep it off the wall in Vegas, but I think Martin, when he came in the wall, he came off the wall and got me just as I was coming by on the right side.
10-4, I remember seeing that.
This one is all on my own, though. I just get up there to try to dance the wall, and I found myself up in the marbles.
Looks like we got a couple cars out there that are running generic paint schemes. Steve Slaughter usually is in the 22. He's in a 324 tonight.
That could be what the rollback's for. I think that he was in the 22 earlier.
Yeah, and then also we got Matt Hatfield. He usually runs the number 0, but I think our second camera crew here is in the number 0 tonight, so that kind of messed him up. He doesn't always race Saturdays, so you never know when he's coming or not. I guess I should have put the camera crew on a different car number. But we'll get him fixed for next time.
Sure will. Well, we brought the car to the attention to the crew in the garage, and I'm going to climb out here and be up there in the booth with you in 1 second.
All right, buddy. We'll see you in a minute. Now we're looking at the 17 and Daryl Hayes coming into the pits. Back out on the track, watching the 4, the 1, and the 3. It's going to be Jeremy Jeffries in the 4, Chase Barfield in the 1, and Joey DeMay in number 3.
Oh, I know Jeremy and Joey will be ones to contend with here tonight for sure. I don't have a lot of experience with Chase, but he seems to be getting after it pretty good in practice.
I hear that. We're looking at the leaderboards right now. The 33 of Martin still sitting on top. But looking at fourth place, the 21 of Kelly Horner. He hasn't been out there that long, and he's already got some good numbers.
Not surprising. Kelly is a quick study. He'll get out here, get a quick feel for the setup, and he'll be ready to go.
So it looks like they're all pulling off the track. We may be getting ready to reset the server.
Looks like they do a reserve and reset right before they go qualifying.
Yeah, I think they're making that normal practice now here at DYNO Racing. You know, DYNO Racing, we only run 2 nights a week. We run Friday nights with the DMR Nationwide 13 CTS Physics mod, and then Saturday nights the Gen 6 BR mod from the Bull Ring. And that's all we run over here. Friday and Saturday nights. We run realistic damage, 2x tire wear, and usually 35 to 40% on most tracks.
Quality over quantity, sir, and quality you do have.
Yeah, there's a bunch of good, clean drivers out here, but the nice thing is they're competitive. You'll find when we interview these guys a little bit later, even if they wreck out or get their cars messed up pretty bad, it's not too bad. They don't take it too personally, and they're just good to do what they've got done and get ready for next week.
Well, that's it. They're a class group of guys. Lord knows I do a lot of racing, but I am always excited to come in on a Saturday night and come over to Dyno because it's always a great racing with great guys and a great experience.
So there it is. We went ahead and reset. Let's go ahead and take us to our commercial. So we're back live after the commercial. I'm getting ready to take this thing to Las Vegas. They're probably getting all the cars qualifying right now. Looks like we got a couple minutes left in qualifying.
Yep, they're out there now trying to turn those fast laps.
See if we got our qualifying board up there and see how they do for their times. So once they get done with their qualifying, Sean, they're going to go through their drivers' meeting, go through any questions or answer sessions that they have. Once they get done going through all of that, then we'll probably start seeing cars getting out on the track just to finish up happy hour before we go live.
Last chance to get everything dialed in, get your steering set, everything you want to do to have a good race. Got to start and have some qualifying times come in now. Curious to see how many people speed up on lap 2. I made a couple of mock qualifying runs, and you could really go after it on the first lap, but that was all or nothing. But if you took a good, nice, smooth first lap, you could really get after it on lap 2.
Yeah, and as you can see, they're getting into the 28s on lap 2 and a few of them already. 33 sitting on top right now.
Well, he's backed up his practice time, that's for sure. There's Kennard Furtick in the 25. He's popping in there with a pretty low number.
Yeah, Kennard's no joke. He's our Daytona 500 winner here in the Cup Series at the beginning of the season, so he's pretty competitive as well.
Oh, he's a very competitive racer, great racer, probably one of the best open setup racers out there. I've raced with Kennard quite a few times.
So it looks like about 19 drivers qualifying.
Yep, and looks like Daniel, TWASRT8, may have had some trouble during his qualifying run. He's up there in the 32s. I imagine you get a little loose if you slap that wall coming up to take the green flag for qualifying. You're in trouble.
Yeah, most definitely. He's usually pretty competitive, though, so he'll probably find his way back up through the pack throughout the night.
Oh, for sure, for sure. He'll be patient. He'll be up there, and we'll be calling his name near the front, I'm sure, before the night's over. Looks like they're done with qualifying, and our pole sitter is the 25 of Kennard Furtick with a 28.867. That is a fast, solid time in a single car run.
Nice.
They should begin their driver's meeting now, getting all their final instructions on how we're going to go tonight. I know pit road speed tonight is 45 miles per hour, and even though it's a mile and a half, you think that pit roads are not hard to get onto. Las Vegas is a little bit of a tricky pit road to get onto, especially coming in on worn tires, trying to hold it low in 3 and 4, not to wash up into other drivers and get that transition off the banking onto the flat part of pit road while getting on the brakes at the same time.
Yeah, most definitely. And they really do enforce the speed limit right at the line, so it'll be interesting to see how they get in and out of the pits today.
Well, these guys know that, and I'm sure they're going to be practicing. We'll probably be seeing them practicing quite a few pit stops here during happy hour when they get out on the track.
So we know, because me and you race here, but for our race fans out there, they do have a couple different rules that they go by. Obviously, they're not going to start racing until out of turn 2, so they want to go into turn 1 on, good, clean starts. They don't race back under caution. They're not going to be allowed to race below the white line, so if they do gain a position by going under the line, as long as they weren't forced down there, they're going to have to get the positions back. I think that's really pretty much it that we would notice tonight.
Yep, and they don't race back at the cautions, and with 10 to go, they can, and at that point they can start racing at the green flag line too. But with this track, with a nice good setup, they're going to want to take it easy through at least turns 1 and 2, and honestly probably through 3 and 4 to feel each other out and get the spacing that they need, and then get after it. There's no rush. One thing about Las Vegas is things can happen real fast. When you're pulling speeds in the upper 190s going into turn 1, you have to have a little bit of give and take, and if you don't, next thing you know, you could see the big one.
Yeah, most definitely. We're kind of cruising around the track right now at a nice slow pace just to see what the track looks like everywhere while we're waiting for their drivers' meeting. This is basically what the drivers are going to see, where they're racing at, what the banking is like, how wide the track is. It's quite interesting to run here.
And we have cars coming out onto the track. So drivers' meeting is over. These guys are out there to make their final preparations for a race.
I hear that they're probably going to start coming under the camera here in just a minute. There they go. So who's our pole sitter? The 33 or the 25?
25, Kennard Furtick. 33 is on the outside of the front row.
There we are. Kennard's coming out on the track now. So now we're looking at Kennard on your main screen, and then our pop-out screen we're looking at Martin in the 33. That's going to be your pole sitters front row. How you like that little feature there, Sean?
That's a nice features on the split screen. I'm not seeing it on my broadcast link at the moment, but I'm in game.
Oh, 10-4. Kennard just loses his car.
That's the good thing about racing here at Dyno. He won't have to wait very long to get it back up and get back out on the track. And I do see that pop-in window feature. That is something really impressive, Rich.
Oh, thanks. Following around your outside first row starter, the 33 of Martin. Looks like we got just 4 minutes left before they're going to start pulling off the track. Let me see if I can't get Kennard on the radio down here.
All right.
User was moved to your channel.
Hey, Kennard, it's Rich and Sean up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy? How about it, Kennard? You got a radio on? Well, I was going to try to talk to our pole sitter, but he doesn't seem to be in the car right now.
He's probably out making his last final preparations, getting everything in his seat all buckled in, and he'll have his radio on here in a minute, I'm sure.
User was moved out of your channel.
We'll try to get a hold of him a little bit later. Maybe we can get our outside pole sitter down here with us.
User was moved to your channel.
How about it, Martin? You got a copy of Rich and Sean up in the broadcast booth?
Yeah.
Starting on the front row, buddy. You feeling good about your car tonight?
Yeah, I'm feeling real good about it. It's been a pretty good piece since we unloaded, topped the speed charts. Crew had a little bit of work to do to it after qualifying, but we should be good to go now.
Yeah, he's looked real solid all night there, Martin. I've been following you out there, taking a good look. What do you think the strategy's going to be tonight? You going to go for it from the green flag? You're going to try to settle in and see how everything unfolds?
Well, you know me, Sean. I'm going for it.
I figured as much, and I bet you're going to have some company there, sir.
Yeah, I know Kelly's going to be real strong tonight, too. It's going to be a tough field all the way around.
Yeah, it looks like another competitor you're going to have out there is going to be Matt Hatfield. Look like he's got the fast lap right now on the happy hour. Was you running out there with him yet, or how do you feel around him?
We run pretty good together. I know his time, he was pulling off my draft. He was probably about 7/10 behind me, so we should be good to go on that aspect.
10-4, I hear that, buddy. We'll let you get back to it, getting down towards the end of happy hour here, and hope you have a good race and see you up front at the end of this thing, buddy.
All right, sounds good.
User was moved out.
Well, there you have it from your outside pole sitter. He's feeling pretty confident He was mentioning the draft. The draft is something to play with here, don't you think, Sean?
Oh, it sure is. And clean air is important. And a little more important than you may think. When you're trying to stay tucked up near somebody, you're getting a little bit of that dreaded aero push going on. And if I had a choice, I'd love to try to get a shot at that clean air. And Martin has been looking real sporty all night.
Yeah, I think as long as he can keep his car clean and he doesn't tag that wall too much coming out of turn 4, I think he's going to have a pretty good run at it.
Well, that's going to be the key. Running realistic damage, you've got to learn to lift off that accelerator, especially as the tires heat and they start to wear. There's going to be fall off. The setup is very good on heat, very good on tires, but there will be wear, there will be drop off, and guys will have to be mindful of that to not knock down that wall at the exit of turn 4 and even at the exit of turn 2.
Yeah, I know last night when I was running a nationwide series here, it was always coming off the corners 2 and 4. If you really push it hard through the corners, you're going to drift up coming out. And if you don't get out of it like you're saying, it's real easy to scrape those walls.
It is, and you want to get on the gas, as soon as you can, but as the tires start to wear, it's going to be a question of picking up that throttle a little more slowly until you know that you can mat it and get on a good line of your exit to not lose speed and not tap that wall. And if you hit it just right, you will be flying.
Yeah, most definitely.
All it takes is in a good tight pack is if one car in front gets a piece of that turn 4 wall, things can happen very quickly. Looks like we're getting ready to grid this field.
Drivers, to your cars.
Yeah, so sitting on the pole tonight, we got Kennard in the 25. Outside first row is going to be Martin at 33. Second row, inside lane 29 is Andrew. Outside's number 4, Jeremy. Row number 3, starting at 5th spot, the number 2, Tommy. 6th outside, Kelly Horner. Next row back, 7th place is the number 1 of Chase Barfield. Next to him on the outside is going to be Keith Patton or Bryson. Next row back, starting in 9th, is going to be Matt Hatfield. He's running the 323 tonight. Starting in 10th is Daryl Pace, and that's your top 10 cars. They're going to crank these motors up, follow the pace car around the track, and we should see Green Flag Racing come next time by.
Then rolling off 11 tonight, we've got the number 90 of Matt Speed on the outside, the number 3 of Joey the Man. Following them in 13th place is the 13 of TDR Speed, and in 14th, the number 7 of Randy Schneider. 15th, we've got the 14 of Mark Peugeot, and outside of him, the 324 of Steve Slaughter. Starting 17th tonight, the 24 of Batman. 18th, the 99 of Matt Lisnewski. And in 19th position, we've got Daniel Gillis, TWA SRT8, driving the number 78 tonight. And that should bring us our field. I see Jeff Bond is out there as well. He should be starting number 20th on the field.
Here we are, we got our roving camera, but up here by the start-finish line, we got the flag man in our view, and we're waiting for these cars to come out of turn 4.
Pace cars making that left turn onto the entrance of pit road. Kennard Fertig is in charge of the field, and the green flag is out. We are underway at Vegas.
So looks like the 33 of Martin's going to take that first lap. He's followed into turn 1 by the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries.
Yeah, Kennard Furtick settles into third, and Andrew Mendez, who should be a factor trying to move forward tonight, sitting in fourth place at the time, but don't look now. Kelly Horner already on the outside of Tommy Patton.
And we're too wide going through the corners here. Oh, Tommy gets a little bit of the apron, recovers it. Kelly's going to take that position from him.
Looks like Andrew Mendez in the 29s going into turn 1. He's going to make the move on to Kennard Furtick, and looks like Kelly might be looking to make that same move coming out on the backstretch.
Kennard takes the high lane. That's going to open up the door for Kelly a little bit. Tommy's looking underneath the 21. Looked like he almost clipped the 21. That was close.
Some good close racing. Looks like Kennard's content to save his tires and let these guys settle it out a little bit and run their stuff off and see what he's going to have from them in a little bit.
Here we are, your main camera watching the 21. Kelly's currently hitting 175 miles through the corners. In your pop-out screen, we're looking at Martin, our race leaders, hitting 188, 189. He got 191 going into that corner before he let out of it.
And those tires are already worn in for a couple of laps. That's still an impressive speed.
And it looks like we're under caution. Not sure who caused that one.
Looks like we've got the number 90 up on his lid. Go right by pit lane entrance. That's Matt Speed, who ended up on his roof there. Looks like as they're coming around down the backstretch and going into turn 3, got a little bit of contact.
Yeah, as we're watching our pop-out camera here.
Looks like the number 84 of Bryson just got loose going into turn 3, got up into the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Bryson goes ahead and gets a solo spin, takes it up towards the wall. Matt Hatfield was involved in that. He's the one that got into the 90. The 90 came right into him. That's going to tear up some cars.
Yep, Matt Hatfield's on pit road. The attention of his crew trying to see what they can do for him.
Yeah, it looks like that's going to take the number 90 out of a race. Still under caution.
Yeah, just got loose. 84 just got loose going into 3, Rich, and Matt Hatfield ran up on there with nowhere to go, had to get on the binders, and that brought him around and collected another car there. A lot of evasive maneuvering going on there.
So we're able to catch a couple cars out of the pits. You got any reports coming in from the pits on any of these cars involved in the accidents?
Yeah, the 90 has retired their car for the night. Haven't been able to pick up any information and see what we can find out. See how bad Matt Hatfield might have been damaged up in this one.
So our race leader is still Martin. Currently fastest lap on the track is held by Kelly Horner with a 28.7, followed by Andrew in the 29. Field gets back under control, gets back behind the pace car, a couple more cars going in the pits. Lights went out on the pace car, we should be going green next time by. So which speed was that? Was that Matt's speed?
Yep, that was Matt Speed, the number 90, who has retired for the night. TDR Speed is still out there on the track.
I was going to see if we could get Matt's speed on the radio, but I think he's already shut it off and went to the hauler.
Yep, they've taken it and they're loading up the hauler. He has his radio disconnected. Well, they've all kind of felt each other out to see what we've got here, and we're headed for another restart. Let's see what we can get going here.
Cars are currently coming through turn 4. Pace car dives off the track, heads down into pit road. We're single file line coming out of turn 4. The 33 is about to take the green flag. And we are green flag racing. Got a little bit of wheel spin back in the pack. Looks like everybody got jumbled up a little bit, but it looks like a pretty safe start.
Yep, a little bit of a low first gear. Some of these guys may be electing further back to start out in second. As they head off coming into turn 2, Kelly's going to settle in right behind Martin, and Jeremy Jeffries is sitting right there behind Kelly.
Looks like Martin's got a good jump on these two. We're watching Kelly and Jeremy back for second and third. Tommy Patton's up in fourth place now.
Tommy's been looking sporty right from the get-go here. It looks like Jeremy Jeffries is going to the inside of Kelly Horner, going down the backstretch. See if he's going to make that move in turn 3.
It looks like he got under him in the corner. He just didn't have enough to beat that run, but I think he might have him this time.
As they come out of 4 into the trioval, he's got position on the inside, but he's not gaining much ground to see if he's going to take that position and be able to hold it down there in turn 1 without washing up into Kelly. And he washed up a little bit. Kelly gives him plenty of room, and this is a good side-by-side battle going on as they head onto the backstretch again.
This is what it's all about. These guys know who's next to him, knows how much distance to give them. They all know where each other's at all times, and they really race clean most of the time.
They sure do, and Tommy Patton's going to follow Jeremy right in there, and Kelly's going to be content and settle right back in there in 4th place for now. And Kennard Furtick, he's found his way. He's right up there as well, sitting in 5th place at the present time with Darrell Pace just a couple car lengths behind.
I'll tell you, it looks like Tommy's a little aggressive tonight. He's wanting to get up there. He's looking under the number 4 already a little bit. He just doesn't have enough of a run to do anything with it. Looks like Jeremy's going to try on Martin.
Could have a challenge for the lead coming up, but yeah, Tommy has looked really good since he unloaded that car. He has been solid. He's closed right up on the back of Jeremy now, and he may be looking to the inside as they go in here.
He comes out almost side by side going to the tri-oval. This is going to get interesting going into 1.
Tommy's got position on the inside, and we'll see how hard Jeremy's going to fight. The harder you're going to fight right here, the more tire you're going to lose if we get a long green flag run. I think Kelly is content sitting back there in fourth place watching this play out. Oh, they almost touch as they're going down the backstretch right now. Tommy's going to make another run at him in turn 3 and see if he can clear him coming out of turn 4.
Heck of a race going on for a second. Looks like Tommy might have position this time around.
Jeremy's not going to give it up yet. Now he's going to have no choice except to tuck it on in there. He looks like he was going to try to look at the crossover move going down into the turn, but he's going to settle back in line right now. Some great racing going on, and they're exiting turn 2 onto the backstretch again.
We got Kennard looking under the 21 back there.
And the 17 of Darrell Pace right in there with Kennard too. There's a little bit of a checkup as they go side by side, and some good driving by Darrell Pace to stay off the 25 car.
Well, they get spread out. We're back under caution.
Looks like we're going to have some trouble from Matt Hatfield again. Looks like Matt with that damaged car just got loose going into the turn right in front of the 29 of Andrew Mendez. And I believe that's the 14 of Mark Peugeot. And Matt gets loose going in and gets it up into the wall, and looks like the 29 gets collected in there as well.
10-4. It looks like Mark actually was the lucky one. He got right underneath there. It didn't look like he touched him, but it looked like Andrew and Matt definitely getting involved.
Yeah, and sadly it looks like Daniel Gillis in the 78 also trying to avoid that wreck. That's a hard thing to do with this track when things happen so fast, to try to make a move and without the car coming out from under you as cars are coming up to the wall and literally coming off the wall. Looks like the 78 got collected in there as well.
Yeah, most definitely. We're seeing our pop-out camera. Matt's car running around the track still. Looks like your leaders, your top 6 cars are in the pits right now. Actually, Andrew's in there too. He was involved in that wreck. This is a race off the pit. And it looks like Tommy didn't get up there. I thought Tommy was going to jump around Jeremy, but Jeremy beat him to the line.
Yep, looks like Martin got out right ahead of them. Looks like they pretty much held serve with Kelly Herner. He's going to maintain 4th place and Kennard Furtick in 5th. Joey DeMann, don't look now. He looks like he's going to be right in their 6th position on this next restart. That's assuming that some of these other guys do not stay out. I see, 6 of Jeff Bond, who was always counting laps, working that calculator, and thinking about fuel mileage. He's still out on the track, as well as the 17 of Darrell Pace, who was running right up there near our leaders a minute ago. And 17 is going to come down this time by, but Mr. Bond, he's staying out.
That's going to put Jeff in the lead right now. I don't know if he's going to come around and pit next time by. You know he's one heck of a fuel strategist.
He's always thinking about the laps, and as long as those lights are staying on the pace car, which they are, he'll be good. He made, knowing Jeff, he's probably going to drop in and top off this last time by before the lights go out. Looks like the 24 of Batman, Bruce Wayne, has also been staying out here.
So if your 2 new front runners don't go in and pit, that's going to put our recent race leader in 3rd spot right behind him with fresh tires. So these 2 guys up front could be in a little bit of trouble. We had a good little run there.
Yeah, I'd be very surprised, Rich, if Jeff and Batman there don't duck in this time. Knowing, looking in my rearview mirror and seeing Martin and Jeremy and Kennard, I'd want me some 4 Mr. Feelgoods on this car right now.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I would have done the same thing.
There's not any special fuel window. My best estimation was going to be about 32 to a max of 33 laps on fuel. Looks like Jeff Bond's going to come in, but Batman, he's going to roll the dice. He's going to stay out. I'm sure he probably pitted on that first caution, but still, there was he's got quite a few laps on those tires.
So lights are going to go out on the pace car. Cars are going to get lined up, get ready for green flag next time by. And we got us a new race leader going into the green. It's going to be the 24 Batman.
This will be real interesting on these first couple of laps to see how his tires hold up on their heat cycles there, and see how patient that Martin and Jeremy and company are going to be.
Yeah, because he's got all the top contenders right behind him right now. These top 4 or 5 cars been dominating this track so far tonight. And they got a guy out ahead of them with less on their tires. It's going to get interesting.
Looks like Matt Hatfield has taken his car to the attention of his crew, and they're going to load it up on the hauler. Looks like Matt is done for the night.
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Pace car is getting ready to make that left turn on the pit road. We're going to get back to racing here.
Pace car's off. We got a camera keyed on Batman in your lower right screen, and the main screen's going to be keyed on Martin. Let's see what happens with these 2 drivers coming out of 2.
Green flag's out. They're working their way up through the gears. Looks like they're going to let the 24 get out there a little bit. Jeremy's taking a high line going in through 1 and 2, try to get a run down the backstretch. And here comes Martin. He's going to not waste any time. He's already to the inside of the 24 as they head down towards turn 3.
Yeah, we knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, I think Batman realizes with those front runners behind him and his weaker tires, he could do anything he wants, but those tires are not going to reward him for running too hard with these leaders right now, and he's going to let them go by one at a time, give him plenty of room to do so.
So we got our eyes on Jeremy and Martin up in the front. These 2 are pulling a couple car lengths on the 3rd place car at Kennard. I'm not sure if Jeremy's going to start pushing anything yet. He's got a little bit of space between him and the leader.
Don't look now. 2 of Tommy Patton. He's right after it again. He just took a peek to the inside of Kennard as they were in 3 and 4. He may be going to look there again as they go off into 1 and 2.
Yeah, Tommy's definitely running a little bit lower line through the corners. Kennard gets a good run and stretches the gap out a little bit. Oh, Tommy's got a good one going to this corner.
Yep, he's really pushing it, and if we keep getting a long run, be curious to see how his tires treat him when we get near, lap 25 of this run if we get there. Looks like they're all being pretty content right now, trying to get some green flag laps in and let this thing settle in a little bit. But Martin is pulling quite a little bit of a lead off there over Jeremy in 2nd place. And just as I said that, Tommy's got a deep run again. Always catches a little bit of the apron and a little bit of a checkup. A great save by the number 2, Tommy Patton. And he'll lose a little bit of ground to Kennard Furtick and fall into the clutches of Kelly Horner.
Yeah, that definitely gave Kelly a good catch up there. Got right up on Tommy's bumper. I thought he was going to try to make a move shortly after that, but it looks like they're all just kind of riding for a little bit.
Yeah, that's where we could see some trouble. If you do see that checkup in front of you, and if you're not careful, that's where she can get around on you a little bit.
So it looks like our top 6 cars are pretty much pulling away from the rest of the pack. I don't know if we start getting into damaged cars at 7th place back or not.
Yeah, it looks like right through Joey DeMann, they're pretty content. There's a pretty good gap back to a TDR Speed, who's now running in 7th in the number 13 car. And Darrell Pace, who we know does not have a damaged car, he's just riding around right there in 8th place. Probably biding this some time, see if it's going to get a green flag look to this. And one of the nice things about Las Vegas in this setup is if we do get long green flag runs, you'll start to see one of those other elements of comers and goers. Guys who ran really hard on the green flag will start falling back, and guys who are a little more conservative will start moving forward. Looks like we've got caution again. I see the pace cars coming out on the field track.
Daryl's car is looking a little damaged.
Oh, looks like Tommy Patton might have found some trouble this time. Oh, sure enough, the number 2 of Tommy Patton going into turn 3 again. Just car gets out from under him, and he's up into the wall.
Yeah, as you see him coming down the pits, he looks like he crunched the rear end of that car pretty good.
Yep, looks like he was able to know he was losing it, and he backed it up into the wall there. It looks like he was able to hold it up there. I don't initially see any other cars that may have gotten involved. Oh, it's tough for Tommy. He was having such a great run, looking really racy right from the time he got onto the track tonight. And just got out from under him just a little bit as he was probably looking to make another move on the 25 to try to get himself up into 3rd place. And looks like Kelly Horner and Joey DeMann made a nice, smooth move getting under Tommy. Tommy held it up there, and it doesn't look like we've got any other cars getting involved.
Yeah, looking back at the replay, I think he might have got dropped out. I think he's currently gone now, but his car basically disappeared, then reappeared already sitting on the wall, or on the track, sideways, damaged, and then he hits the wall again. Oh, it looked like Daryl clipped him after he bounced off the apron. I believe it was possibly Tommy got dropped out, and his car was just sitting there a sitting duck.
Yeah, I think you're right there, Rich, and just got a little piece of it there.
I think that's going to end Tommy's night. So realistic damage takes its toll on some more drivers.
Yep, and sometimes we get a little electrical issues, and that can contribute to some guys finding themselves where they didn't intend to be.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, sometimes the weather plays a part, and you know, sometimes your ISP provider plays a part. But since all these guys are racing online and relying on the internet to keep up with this, you just never know when it's going to hit you, and you know, there's really not much you can do about it. You know, the thing that's always got me, Sean, is Tommy's over there in China, yet he's racing with us. It's just amazing how this game gets halfway around the world in a split second.
It always never ceases to amaze me. It just blows my mind, and it's great that we can have a quality guy like Tommy be able to come here all the way from China.
Whoa, what just happened?
Drivers, to your cars.
They restarted the race?
That's what I'm showing. I'm showing lap 0107. I see cars gridding on the field.
User joined your channel.
Hey Tommy, Sean and Rich up here in the broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Yeah.
Looks like something happened out there. I don't know if it was a glitch in the server, or glitch in you, or we just missed something, but it looks like it pretty much totaled your car tonight.
Nah, something broke in the rear, and I don't know what just happened. It seems like the something restarted with the game.
Yeah, it looks like the whole race server reset back to race already, and they're lighting up on the grid again. Are you getting back out there in your car?
Yeah, I guess I can, but I was already out, and then I heard Joey say something about the server went back to start.
Oh boy, well you were looking really racy, Tommy. We were watching you, and I watched you in practice, Tommy, and you're really getting after it. But I don't want to hold you up there if you want to go grid to your car. It looks like they're getting ready to go again.
Yeah, let's get Tommy back out on the track, and we'll pick up from where we're at, I guess, and see if we can't get this race going. Good luck, Tommy.
Yeah, we'll have to see if we can get a hold of race control down there. With Joey, maybe they're going to lessen the number of laps now, or if they're going to go for a full restart.
Yeah, let me see if I can't get Joey on the radio.
User was moved to your channel.
Joey, Rich and Sean up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy, buddy?
Alright, buddy, what's up?
Looks like we're having some issues down on the track. Looks like the race server's restarted 2 or 3 times already on us. Is everything all right down there?
Well, we were just running and we were just finishing up a caution, and all of a sudden the whole race reset on us, and we can't figure out why.
I see that. Are we going to maintain the same race lap count that we're at now then? We had quite a few laps under already.
Yeah, we don't want to screw up much of the broadcast, so we figured just run it and let's get it over.
10-4. Well, there you have it, Sean. We got a new race.
Basically, yeah. Which
Yeah.
benefits a couple cars. A couple guys dropped out with a couple gears, and somebody had some damage, so basically NASCAR let them have the reset.
10-4. Well, we see him rolling off the start-finish line. We'll let you get busy, Joey. Good luck.
Thank you, buddy. Y'all have fun up there.
You guys have fun down there. We've been having fun watching you.
We're having some fun.
User was moved out of your channel.
So there you have it. That's a first for DRTV. We're going to restart this race late into the race.
Yeah, these guys in some different time zones. It'll be pressing because we are on that date where we lose an hour's sleep tonight. So these guys will hopefully try to keep some cautions down and get some laps in.
Just going through the field real quick with the cameras to see how many heavy hitters we're missing.
It looks like Matt Hatfield was already unplugged from his radio. He's not back out there. Doesn't look like Matt Speed is either.
I'm wanting to say those are probably the only 2 we're missing. Pace car's going to pull off the track. Kennard's going to be sitting on the pole. He's going to be taking the green flag here in just a second.
Yeah, it looks like the rest of them are all out there. Then we are green. We are racing again on DRTV, the reboot.
The reboot. I love it. Kennard goes up into lane 2 to maintain first place right in front of the 33. Looks like the 33 is going to stay right with him.
Looks like the 29 was wasting no time and made a pass for position there going into turn 1, and he's going to give it back, looks like right here in 3 and 4.
Well, it's not taking long for Martin wanting to get back out front in that clean air. He's challenging the 25 already.
Yeah, it doesn't look like Kennard is going to do what he did the first time and drop back, but he may not have a choice here as Martin goes and gets his nose in, and Jeremy's following him right through as they're in 1 and 2, and Kelly makes a move for 4th place on Andrew Mendez in the 29, and we head down the backstretch.
That last lap was given to the 25 of Kennard, but obviously the 33 has taken command of this race, followed by the number 4 of Jeremy Jeffries, and our new race leader is going to be the 33 of Martin. Now 4 is challenging him.
May not be for long as Jeremy Jeffries in the 4 is on the inside as they head into turn 2, and further back I see Tommy Patton. He's right after it again. He's got a fresh car unloaded and he's looking in, and this is another good side-by-side battle shaping up between the 4 and the 33. They're going to do it again.
And now the 21's looking under the 25, wanting to get up into 3rd. Looks like Tommy's going to try to stick with the 21 to get under the Kennard and the 25 also.
Yeah, it looks like Kennard's going to run that prime line. That's where I usually like to run at the early set of these races. Break the tires in right, hopefully have a long green flag run, let these guys use their stuff up. He doesn't look like he's being too worried about keeping that line and letting these guys go by one at a time. He knows that if the race keeps going green, he'll be able to get them back. And 29 is now by, and it looks like there's TDR speed right on the back bumper of the 25 car.
And last lap by, the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries, took the lead, but now it looks like the 33 of Martin's going to challenge back for him.
He's taking a look to the inside in 3. We'll see what happens here. He's got it in there. They're side by side yet again as they're coming out of 4 into the tri-oval. Looks like Martin may beat him to the line to get credit for leading this lap. I don't think this battle's over as Kelly Horner starts looking inside of the number 4, Jeremy Jeffers.
I think it's the draft game going right now. They got 4 or 5 cars down on that bottom row, and Jeremy just doesn't have any help to stay up there with him. Number 2, Tommy Patton now is trying to get under the number 4, Jeremy. Followed closely by 29.
Yep, 29 might want to wait a second and let these guys settle this position, and then he can pick the victor and move his way through. It looks like they're going to be side by side almost all the way around this track.
Jeremy's certainly not making it easy for him, is he?
He's running that high line real good, Rich. He's not overdriving the car. He's giving plenty of room to the guys inside him, and he's just making it work out there and trying to hang in. And the longer you run on that inside with somebody above you, you have a little more tire you're going to wear.
It's like Tommy's finally got enough room to clear Jeremy. Now 29 gets up beside the number 4.
Jeremy said, I just can't get a break. I'm battling somebody at every second.
Well, Jeremy's definitely got his hands full right now, but he's racing good.
He sure is. He's taking a real good entry and a real good exit on these turns and trying to keep the momentum up so that he's holding his position on the straightaways. And it looks like now the 29 has got him clear, and he's going to settle in and take a breath and say, okay, who's next?
I think Speed might be next.
Looks like our top 6 or 7 cars are being content at the moment to run single file.
Pack is really getting spread out right now, and it's very interesting because it's a different race than we had when we started earlier. We had a couple cautions early, and now these guys, they seem to be racing pretty aggressive, but yet they're racing smart. We haven't seen a caution since the restart, but there's been a lot of racing going on.
There has, and looks like we got some more racing starting. Looks like Joey DeMann's getting ready to take a look inside of Darrell Pace. That'd be the battle for 7th place. And Kennard Furtick is sitting back there in 9th and just waiting for everything to unfold. Looks like Tommy Patton's off the pace a little bit as we're going into 1 and 2. Not sure what happened there. He's dropping positions very quickly.
I wonder if we're not in pit window yet, are we?
Oh, we shouldn't even be close. Looks like Tommy's got some kind of trouble. He's dropped it to the apron. He's going to be looking to come in. Let me see if I can find out what happened with Tommy.
So we're still green flag racing here. Watching the number 2 making a surprise pit stop. He drastically lowered his speed coming out of the 1 and 2 last lap by. Looks like he's going to pull it in the garage. Something must be wrong with that car.
Looks like something mechanical may have indeed happened there, Rich. He was going through turn 3, got a little piece of the apron. The car pitched out a little bit, but there was no contact, and then he just dropped off the pace as if something dramatically went wrong with the car, and he pulled to the inside, and everybody started going by. And don't look now. Looks like we may have a battle for the lead shaping up as they're coming to the stripe. Looks like that Kelly Horner is going to say, I haven't led tonight. I'm going to want a piece of this. He just took a look to the inside of the 33 of Martin Karch.
Yeah, we're back on the race leaders with the camera. Looks like the 21's not losing any ground with him.
These guys race each other often and very well, and they're looking like they're getting ready to have a little bit of a battle coming up here. Looks like Kelly dropped in and back behind Martin at the moment, but he's probably not going to want to stay there too long. Kelly gets a good run going out of turn 2 that time and gets right up to Martin's bumper in turn 3, letting him know, I'm here, I'm waiting for you to make a little bit of a mistake, and we're gonna go ahead and take a look at that position as soon as you want to give it to me, or I'm going to take it by force. They race together so often, and they know what they can do with each other and how clean they can run and how much respect they have for each other's driving. They can put on a really good show.
At 10-4, we just pulled up the stats so far for this season. Joey Demand's our current points leader, followed closely by 1 point Kennard in second. Daniel Gillis is currently sitting in third in points right now, followed by Jeff Bond in fourth, Bruce Wayne, which we know is Batman, in fifth. Kelly Horner's currently sitting sixth in points, followed by Mark Peugeot, Robbie Bannister, and Andrew Mendez. And then Daryl Pace brings up the top 10 in points.
Yeah, it looked like Martin might have got a tiny little piece of the wall there going by that time, and Kelly saw that and backed off.
Yeah, it looked like Kelly almost came up. Yeah, it looked like Kelly almost came up and almost made contact with his back bumper when he did that.
It can happen really fast, and good reactions there for those guys to stay off of each other. I think number 4, Jeremy Jeffries, saw this as an opportunity. Maybe I'm going to start moving forward again. He's closed right back up to the back bumper of Kelly.
Saw Joey Demand jump back out of line back there a little bit. Looks like he's trying to get around the 17 of Daryl Pace.
Yep, and he's got position as they head across the stripe, heading down towards the short chute going into turn 1, and he's going to make that pass.
Kennard looks like he's going to follow him right under there as well.
And as we do that, there's a battle going on for second as Jeremy has gotten inside of Kelly. Not sure if he's going to be able to hold him, make the pass completed in 3 and 4, but he's going to give it a try. As they are side by side coming to the stripe, Speed has now gotten by the 29 of Andrew Mendez, and Joey Demand is coming up there. These guys are looking to move forward. Score the number 4 up in the second position, but Kelly with the crossover, he's already looking back inside him on the back stretch, and he's going to try to take this back going right through 3 and 4.
Got a good race just behind these guys. Number 17 and number 3. Number 3, Joey Demand, 17 and Daryl Pace. And the bottom right of your screen are going at it, catching up with some slower cars. As we see in the main screen, Jeremy Jeffries looking to get under the 21, followed quickly by Speed in the 13.
These guys are crossing over each other, and there was almost such contact right before that, and they stayed off each other, and they've got a heck of a battle going on. And now Joey Demand's looking inside of Andrew Mendez with Daryl Pace and Kennard Furtick in tow as Kelly and Jeremy continue to slug it out for second.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Jeremy showing a lot of rear damage on his car also. Oh, I thought Speed was going to go down 3 wide there for a second.
He had such a good run coming through there, he thought about it, but now he backs off, and now he's right away under fire from Joey Demand and Daryl Pace. And Daryl uses that opportunity of Joey being occupied with the 13 to move by Joey, and Kennard's taking a look to the inside now too.
A lot of racing going on around this track tonight.
Yep, and looks like we have our second retiree of Keith Patton in the 84. Looks like he's taking his car to the hauler.
Looks like the 4 is making a move on the 21. Again, he's trying. I see Batman down on the apron.
Yeah, I believe Batman just made a pit stop. He's being scored 1 lap down. I don't think these guys have done trying to settle this second place yet. They had to back up, and as soon as you back up, you're right away under fire from the next guy. But Jeremy's looking to get a run. And as we say that, Kelly gets a heck of a run going through 1 and 2, and he's on the inside of Martin, going for the lead with Jeremy in tow.
I think Jeremy was right on him. He had to back out of it getting into the corner, and that's what gave Kelly such a big jump. But now it looks like Jeremy might try to get up there. Jeremy's got help on that bottom line.
Just like that, Martin went from being your standalone leader, he's in third and looking to possibly drop some more positions as Speed is now looking inside. So real tight race in there as Darrell Pace close right up to Speed, and you have to be careful here. If somebody who gets a run on the car in front of them, but then they have to check up, you're going to have to check, it'll be a little bit of an accordion effect. And they've been doing this very well.
Well, I'll tell you, we're looking at lap 27 right now since a restart. I don't think we've seen pit stops yet, so I think we might be getting into pit window soon.
We're going to be in the pit window in the next 4 or 5 laps, and that may be what happens here is Martin has been setting a blistering pace, and his tires may have just gotten to the point where they are starting to fall off and fall off pretty dramatically.
Now, we talked a little bit earlier about getting in and off of pit road here. I wonder if maybe it's a strategy to not be at the front of this pack going into the pits in case somebody messes up. And a little easier to control your situation if you're back deeper in the pack, I think.
I think you're right, and that's where you start thinking about guys like Jeff Bond that are going to make it so they can stay out at least one more lap than the other guys in case there is a caution and avoid some trouble there. Oh, it looks like Martin gets into the wall coming out of 4, that dreaded wall, as Kennard and Joey take those positions away from him. He is having some trouble. He's looking for that pit stop.
So I failed to mention Tommy Patton. We got him up here in the booth with us now. Looked like he had some car trouble, pulled his car back behind the wall. Tommy Patton, could you tell us what happened to your car? Why'd you just drastically lose speed? Something breaking your car on you?
Yeah, the guys are looking at it now, and it started as I come out of 2. It seemed like it just started laying down on me, and rather than burn it up, I just brought it on in. But yeah, it was pulling quite strong down the straightaways, but I felt a real bad vibration after coming out of 2, and then it just lost power.
So we're starting to see some pit stops to 33, as we expected. He's on pit road. He could not wait any longer. He needs to get his 4 tires and see if they can bang a little bit of damage out. Looks like Martin's not messing around. He's going to take 4 tires and fuel.
He's off to Jackson, rolling. Camera's still on our race leader. Martin's coming into the apron in turn 1 and 2. Race leader's currently coming across the front stretch. Martin's back up on the track. The 21 of Kelly's going to catch him pretty quickly. So could be starting to see some major pit stops coming up here. Martin could have been the first one going in. Kind of curious when these race leaders are going to decide to drop down in there.
Oh, they're just took to lap 33. They've got to be coming soon, Rich. I would imagine that if they're going to be on pit road this lap, if not this lap, they've got to be on pit road next lap.
I didn't mean to get away from our conversation there, Tommy. You're more than welcome to hang out up here in the booth with us and help us out with some race reporting if you want. We got green flag pit stops going underway. Looks like number 4 almost spun trying to avoid the 21. 21 and number 4 is now on pit road.
Yeah, Rich, I'm down here in the number 3 pits. Joey's coming in right now.
So there we have it. Your race leaders, 21 and number 4, both taking right sides. Car goes up on the left side, 21. Both cars taking 4 tires.
Yeah, Joey the man took a full load of fuel and 4 tires, and he's on his way back out.
TDR Speed inherited the lead there for a minute while the pit cycle's in. He's on pit road along with Kennard Furtick and Darrell Pace at the moment. Speed's going to go for 4 tires.
Current race leader number 6 looks like he's slowing down coming
back
in.
straightaway.
Oh, the 6 was slowing down to pit. He saw the caution and pulled it back up on the track. That was a pretty smart move by Jeff Bond. He's going to be our race leader under caution. That's going to hurt a lot of people.
It's going to be interesting how they sort this one out now. Fiddle around and see what the reason is for the caution.
So number 6 going to go ahead and hit the pits this time by.
Yeah, he's probably running on fumes even with his saving.
Do we know what that caution was for?
I'm scanning the field. I'm not seeing any cars with any kind of heavy damage or looking to make an extra stop. They're right in the middle of the pit cycles.
Yeah, Rich, it looks like the Kelly Horn in the 21 car was entering back out onto the track and may have spun up onto the track. Yeah, Kelly had just made his pit stop and was re-entering the track, and it looks like that it may have gotten loose on him, and he spun up backwards, back up on the track coming out of two.
Yeah, that indeed may have been our cause for the caution.
Yeah, most definitely. I think I agree with you guys. Watch it back on the replay with Kelly Horner. He just gets it loose, spins it right up on the track in front of oncoming traffic. Luckily enough, it spun back down on the apron, but that's definitely as soon as Martin came around and the caution lights came on. So that's what did it. Kelly Horner in the 21 takes a slide off the apron, slows us back down for a little bit after some good strong green lap running. Started seeing some green lap pits. I thought we were going to see a lot of racing off pit road. I think a lot of guys are going to get jacked up being stuck on pits when the caution came out. I think this is going to change the race a little bit. What do you guys think?
Yeah, with Jeff Bond going back down pit road to have to get his service done, looks like it's only going to catch a couple of the guys, namely the 78 and the 7, one lap down, and they'll be in position for the lucky dog.
We got 2 new guys up front now. Currently clocking the 13 in first and 17 in second. Looks like he's got a couple guys on the tail end of the lead lap in front of him, though.
That's what we're going to see here.
This is really going to jumble the field up now. Very impressive green flag racing there for a little while, though. Good to see green flag pits. Nice, clean, aggressive racing.
Definitely some clean quality racing. Is that how you felt out there, Tommy?
Oh yeah, it was. You were able to run side by side and not have to worry about the guy next to you. And that's one thing that I really like about this league is the drivers pretty well I have gotten used to each other and know what each other's driving styles are, so it makes a lot better racing.
Well, that familiarity and those styles are about to be tested because it's going to be pretty dicey, I think, on this restart with quite a few guys on the tail end of the lead lap. And looks like we have quite a few cars lined up on the inside, being one lap down.
Yeah, we got 15 cars left in the field right now, and 8th place back is at least 1 lap down. We do run the lucky dog here, so somebody's got to be at the tail end of the top line, and that's going to be your lucky dog. But it's definitely going to jumble the field up, and there's going to be a lot of close racing. I just hope these guys on the bottom make sure they give that top row some room.
Going to be interesting for sure. I'm not positive, but I believe the 7 may have been our lucky dog.
So Pace car's got its lights off. We currently got the camera zoned in on our race leader, but there's cars in front of him. And this is going to get real interesting once we take the green flag. Pace car pulls off, they're coming out of turn 4.
Couple late strategy calls there. Looks like Jeremy Jeffries went in pit row since he had nothing to lose. He's a lap down, was not eligible for the lucky dog. He went in and got himself some service.
And we're green flag racing. It's like the 14 might have missed a shift or something, lost a lot of ground on that restart. Our race leader's going to dive down on the inside row. They're looking at working their way through this field. Oh, we got something going on.
Looks like the 6 car got together with somebody.
Are we back under caution?
Yes, we are.
Yeah, it looks like the 6 car got a little loose and there was some contact there, and then the 4 car came in and got into the driver's side door of Jeff Bond in turn 4.
Next time, Steve is behind me.
Looks like we got a few cars that are heading to pit lane. They don't seem to have anything to lose, so.
Yeah, a lot of close racing there. It looks like Jeff Bond just had to check up to save his car, and it looks like the 324 of Steve Slaughter got collected in that, as well as the number 4 of one of our initial leaders, Jeremy Jeffries.
Before I hear that, I was looking back on our replay camera crew, and I'm getting a lot of glitching on the number 6. I don't think it's him. I think it's our camera crew.
Yep, I've seen that as well on from multiple cars.
Yeah, ironically, I lose Jeff Bond right at the time of the incident, so I don't know if he glitched out and somebody got into him. I can't see it.
No, I was able to see him. He didn't disappear on mine until after he had lost the car, tried to save it, and then the looks like the 324 collected into him, followed by the 4. That caution was probably something that a lot of those front runners wanted to see, and I don't mean by front runners the leaders, the guys that took the restart on the tail end of the lead lap. That's a little bit of a blessing for them. They're going to be able to go around and get themselves back on cycle.
Lost a little bit of graphics quality here, but I've switched our camera crews around real quick to see if I can't get our other main camera back to see what happened with Jeff Bond.
Have to wait till I see him come around and get scored again on the when they come through, but it looks like they may have gotten a whole bunch of cars right up through 14th place back onto the lead lap.
You know, Rich and Prime, I spent this afternoon with Matt in the 99 car, and that is quite a unique system that he has in that car, seeing how he is one of our deaf drivers. They utilize a text system on his dashboard to let him know when he needs to pit. He does have a spotter up top, but the spotter can't speak to him. So what they've done is they've utilized a light system on his dashboard, indicating left one light and right one light, and a yellow light for during a caution in front of him. So it's quite a unique system, and it's amazing how NASCAR is moving forward with the handicap.
That sounds really impressive, Tommy. Yeah, Matt seems to do really, really well for himself. I know being hearing impaired in this game has got to be tough, but he is a trooper. He's been around. I've seen Matt quite a few times, and he does not let that get him down one bit. He adapts to whatever he can do, and with that lighting system, and you'd never know it racing with him.
10-4, so I finally got our incident replay going back on our main camera crew, and it looks like Bond, well, let's just go ahead and switch over to it. It looks like Bond goes in the corner, gets the rear end out from under him a little bit, and the car right behind him looks like the 22 just went right into the back of him as Bond was already getting sideways. Bond looked like he still stayed sideways, and then all of a sudden the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries, also gets into him. And that took both the 4 and the 6 up into the wall and caused our caution. So there you have it, race fans. Looks like just some tough racing. Got a loose car in front of a few different cars and just caused a little bit of a pile up.
And pace cars off. We're getting ready to go green flag back racing. Kelly Horner and Daniel Gillis are out there. They're still on the tail end of the lead lap. Looks like Batman in the 24 is being scored our leader, followed by TDR Speed and Darrell Pace.
So there you have it. Cameras on our leader live right now. It looks like the tail end of the lead lap to number 14 of Mark Peugeot. The leader is all over him.
And in 324, he's not wasting any time. He's trying to get up there and get past the leader to get himself back on the tail end of the lead lap.
At 324, Steve Slaughter, he normally runs the 22 tonight. Not sure why he's not in his car, but he is definitely racing to get a lap back. I don't think Speed is too concerned about him being a lap down. It looks like Speed's looking. There's a few cars touching the aprons. The 17 gets on it.
Whoa, that's going to get ugly.
Oh, it looks like we got the 33 involved.
That was real tough. That started with the 14 getting a piece of the apron, and then just one after the other, they went ahead and had a check up and were making some good saves. But caution is out. Pace car is coming out to pick up the field.
So camera in the bottom right corner of your screen, looks like we're on the 33.
Yeah, it looks like the 33 and the 25, looks like the 33 just got such a run going through turn 4, and he just got into the left rear quarter of the 25 and sent him around as well.
Yeah, so it looked like the 33 just tapped the 25 and it caught both of them.
I unfortunately am seeing a lot of technical glitches where these cars that we're trying to follow on the replays are just disappearing.
Yeah, it's crazy. Almost makes you wonder if it's our camera crews or their technical issues.
Hey, it could be a server issue.
Could be. So it looks like we're currently tracking a new race leader, the number 3 of Joey DeMann.
Yeah, it looks like Joey stayed out. Nobody's trying to gain some track position here as the other leaders, Speed and company, went down pit road. And it looks like Joey's going to get his lap let, and he's going to head down pit road right now. And that looks like it's going to hand lead over once again to the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries. And you think he was at the way back of the pack just a short time ago, and with some damage when he got involved in that incident where the number 6 spun. He now finds himself on point again.
So it looks like the number 3 and the number 33 are both on their way out of the pits. 3 beats the 33 out of the line. Car's getting lined back up behind the pace car, and things are back calm again.
Calm before yet another storm. I'm going to take a few minutes, gentlemen. I'm going to head down to the garage area and see what kind of information I can find.
10-4, sir. So it's interesting to see. Earlier we saw the 13 and the 17 making a good run for the front end at some point, and now they're sitting back in 3rd and 4th place. So we might have some fresh, clean battling going on up front. What do you think, Tommy?
Yeah, I think you're right, Rich. Looking how it's changing up, from lap to lap, I have to agree with you.
Due to resets in the server, we had some glitches going on earlier. This race has taken us a little bit longer than originally planned. We're currently on lap 50 of 107 laps, so we're almost at the halfway point. Several different leaders, a lot of close battling, a couple cautions, wasn't too many. And I don't think we've lost too many cars. We did have quite a few go laps down due to caution coming out while people were stuck on pit road. But other than that, it's been a very entertaining race and a lot of door-to-door racing, challenging in the corners. It's been quite an interesting race so far.
Yeah, that it has, Rich, and it's like I said, it's all back to the talent of these drivers. These guys have pretty well got to know each other, and they know when they can be aggressive and when they can't be aggressive. But it's not over yet.
I hear that. Lights are out on the pace car. Looks like this time by the number 4 Jeremy Jeffries is going to take the green, followed by the 24 of Batman, the 13 of Speed, 17 of Daryl Pace, and the 29 of Andrew Mendez. Pace car's off the track. Jeremy's looking for the green flag. And we're green flag racing. Single file line coming across the start finish line. Jeremy gets a good jump. Batman's going to look down towards the bottom. Speed's going to look at the high side to get around Batman. Jeremy gets a bigger jump on the lead. Batman's able to hold his position. Looks Looks like the 29 might be looking to challenge the 17. I'm just going to ride for a little bit. Thirteen's going to look inside the 24. He's going to be followed by the 17 of pace. They're both going to easily get around Batman. Pace is now looking on the inside of Speed. He's going to go into the turn one a little low. He's definitely got position on Speed. He'll probably come out in second. A lot of jockeying for position from second place back. Meanwhile, that leader's slowly getting away from him.
I believe these second, third place cars, if they get in line and stay in line, I think they're going to be able to run them down here. But it looks like that 13's going to the inside now.
Yeah, going further back in the pack, we just watched 3 more cars pass Batman. Batman's stuck up on the top row, and he's slowly fading back. I don't know what's going on. Joey DeMann just gets around him. Joey Mann's currently in our 8th place right now, so that drops the 24 back to 9th now.
Well, I was able to find out in the garage there's quite a few cars that are out there concerned about damage, but the 24 didn't seem to be one of them. One of the ones that was concerned about some possible front-end damage was our leader in the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries, and he seems to be doing just fine right now.
Oh, yeah, from second place back, Sean, they've just been going at it, swapping positions around. As you can see now, Speed's gotten around Pace, and Speed's now in second place. But Jeremy, the number 4, is just pulling away from these guys while they're fighting each other.
He's happy to see that battle going on in his rear view mirror, I'm sure, because he had some pretty good contact with the number 6 of Jeff Bond.
Yeah, that is true. And he's got a little bit of advantage being out in that clean air while these guys keep battling against each other. It's to his advantage having that gap.
Yeah, one of the guys staying in line there we haven't had a chance to talk too much about tonight is the 29 of Andrew Mendez. He's just settled in line there behind Darrell Pace and TDR Speed as Darrell Pace is taking a look right now. He's close right up to the back bumper of TDR Speed as they head across back onto the front stretch.
Yeah, I think the last few laps, him and Speed have been going at it. They've both been in second place over the last 10 laps a few times. So I don't think they're done racing each other yet.
Yeah, something definitely happened to Mendez. You know, he's dropped back quite a bit now.
Yeah, just as soon as we mentioned him, he moved up to the high side. He got passed by 3 or 4 cars. It looks like Kelly Horner and SRT8 and 78, Daniel Gillis, they are on the move. And Joey DeMann is sitting there watching this battle between the 7 and the 29, waiting to capitalize and pick up another position.
The 17 is going to go under the 13 in that corner. Looks like he's got enough position to get in front of him and clearing, not quite yet. But the ironic thing is even though they're still fighting, they are slowly reeling in the number 4 now. The 21's also looking under the 13. He's going to follow the 17 around him, and they're both going for second and third position. Push the 13 of Speed back to 4th if possible.
Yep, looks like the 21 is going to complete that pass as they head off from turn 1. And yeah, the 4 got out there so far, he probably was starting to lose any kind of drafting help. And they are starting to reel him in quickly as they get lined back up again on the backstretch. Nose to tail, the 17, the 21, the 13, and the 78. They've got the 4 in sight. 21 looks like he's starting to get ready. I want to race. Kelly is up on the wheel. He was just taking a look inside the 17.
Yeah, these guys are racing like there's rain clouds coming, like they're not going to finish this race or something. I mean, it's quite entertaining to watch. They've been pretty aggressive most of the race. And, you know, now that we're seeing the 21 up here in 3rd place currently now, he is last night's nationwide race winner at this same track. So he knows his way around this track. And I think if he can get up there to battle with the 4, he's going to put on a good show. But I don't think we've seen all of Darrell Pace's muscle yet. I think he's finally in a position where he's going to start flexing.
Oh, I think you're right, Rich. And as we speak, he is there. He has to check up a little going into 1, but he's looking to make a run on that number 4, and Kelly's looking to follow him right through.
Yeah, the one thing about Daryl Pace is he is a tire manager. He'll use tires when he needs to, back off a little bit, save them, and get back up there for another charge.
Yeah, Daryl. One thing I notice about Daryl, though, is he's competitive on certain tracks. He's got certain tracks that are his favorites that he is just so strong on. And I don't remember his feelings on this track, but evidently he's showing he likes it because he's up there.
That is for sure. He closes up again, right within striking distance of Jeremy Jeffries, our leader. And they are just waiting for somebody to slide up a little bit and to get that nose under there and make a move. Could be happening right now as we head off into turn 1. Then he backs off again, but he lets Jeremy know, I'm here and I'm looking to come by.
Yeah, he's definitely keeping Jeremy's attention. The 21's looking to go under the 17 going into this corner. It looks like he's got it. Daryl goes way high into that corner. Looks like Speed might also get in there. Oh, that was close.
Some real tight racing there. Kelly said, yeah, if you're going to be patient with the number 4, I may not be as patient. I want to move now. And the 13 does follow the 21 in, and Daryl's going to find himself falling back to 4th and right into the clutches of Daniel in the 78.
Yeah, and Daniel's no slouch either. I've seen him dominate on some tracks. He's very competitive, very clean driver. And I wouldn't be ashamed if, another couple laps he tries to make a jab at Daryl.
I would race with Daniel anywhere, any track, anytime. He can run you so clean and so well, as so many drivers can in this field. Just quality racing all the way through. He drops back a little now. He's going to regroup and cool off his tires again to come up and make another charge.
I think that's one of Daniel's key things is he knows how to get as much out of a setup and as much out of a car as possible. And if he knows that just backing off for half a lap is going to cool his tires by 1/10 of a degree, he'll do that to get that advantage. He understands the car.
Yep, he's going to keep. We got a battle for the lead going on right now. As Kelly is now taking a look inside the 4 of Jeremy Jeffries, and he looks like he's going to make that pass easy, and he will take over the lead.
Jeremy goes way high into the corner. That might open the door for Speed. Speed's being pushed by Daryl. It looks like they're going to both try to get around him, but once again, Jeremy's not just giving it to him.
Yeah, we've seen Jeremy run that high line really effectively throughout the whole parts of this race, and it may just be a little much with the damage he's got right now and some tire wear trying to stay out front. Daryl takes that position away from him, and Dan is just going to stay in touch with that draft, let them pull him around while he saves a little tire, and when he's ready and he sees the opportunity or a mistake happen in front of him, he's going to capitalize. Very smart racing.
10-4, I hear that. We still got 15 cars in the race. Turns out only one car a lap down right now, but the field is so spread out. These top 5 cars are just pulled away from anyone behind them.
Yeah, Joey the man in 6th is he's quite a ways back, but damage and all. Martin Karch, number 33, he's not done yet. He just made a move on Andrew Mendez and takes over the 7th position.
17's looking to get under Speed. Jeremy's going to follow him in the number 4. They're going to come out side by side.
Some great racing going on again as they head off into turn 3. Looks like Daryl's going to try to keep that nose underneath there. He will. He's going to maintain it, but Speed's making a good run on that high line. He gets a good run going down the front stretch. He's going to keep that position for now and try to make it hold again in 1 and 2. And Daryl's going to get a little help from the number 4 behind him, giving him a little bit of a draft, and they come up so close, but Speed is able to keep the momentum going on that high line.
That is just amazing. You know, I know we were running around on the track last night in the Cup cars, you know, testing this setup out and everything. And one thing that I noticed, I don't know if you noticed when you were practicing earlier, Sean, and Tommy might be able to comment on this, but I noticed that if you run the middle line and even more up towards the top line, you really got a heck of a run coming out of the corners that the bottom row really can't do nothing with if you're clean.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that is true.
If you can hold serves, I like to say it, on the outside through the apex of the turn and just keep your nose inside there, that car is going to scrub really hard trying to come off the bottom, but you're going to be there and you're going to have much more exit speed than him, and you'll clear him again on the straightaway.
That's what we were noticing last night. That's why we were hoping we were going to see a lot of good racing tonight because of that setup, and I'm really glad we did. I know we got some cautions a little bit earlier, but these guys are green flag racing. It makes me wish I was out there.
It sure does. It sure does. I love me some Las Vegas racing, and I love me some good quality racing here with these guys, and they're putting on a good show right now, and as the tires get worn, you're going to see the coming and going. We've seen that happen already tonight, and it's just going to continue as guys who are running a little bit higher, saving a little bit of tire, they're going to have a little more left at the end of the long runs. We saw what happened the first time around with the 33, setting a pretty blistering pace, but when it came to the end of the fuel run, the closing laps, he was pretty well used up.
Yeah, most
Yeah,
definitely.
you start backpedaling that throttle on your entrance, and it kills your exit speed once that tire wear starts taking effect.
Currently taking that camera back through the field. There's a lot of cars running by themselves right now. Everybody's so spread out. We ought to be getting close to green flag pit stops, I would think.
As we speak, the number 4 is ducking it off, and he's on pit road. He's dying to get him some tires.
Well, he's definitely going to need them the way he came in there. He definitely slid them.
Oh, he came in locked up sideways and super hot, and Jeremy Jeffries is going to be looking for some fresh tires, maybe get a little more work done on that damage, and get back out there with the fresh tires, try to make up some time before the rest of the leaders come in.
Well, he seemed to start the chain reaction because there's quite a few more cars now that have jumped on pit lane.
Yeah, 7 is in. The 24 is in. Still no sign of our leaders coming in yet.
Jeremy is back underway. Looks like the number 7 and the 24 is on their way out of the pits.
And 21, 13, and 17 are still out there.
I believe Daryl Pace and Speed are going to wait to see exactly what Kelly's going to do. And if he drops, I think they're going to go with him.
Yeah, that's a good call, Tommy. I think that's exactly what they're going to do. And I think of those 3 cars, I'm guessing Darrell probably has the best set of tires right now. And he's having no problem staying right there, content, holding on to the back of Speed.
So going through some stats real quick, Kelly's currently running our fastest lap of the race with a 28.7, followed by the 33 of Martin, the 3 of Joey, the 29 of Andrew, and the 78 is going to round out your top 5 fastest cars.
I do believe that they are letting enough gap between Kelly and themselves just to anticipate when he does go without running each other over.
Well, you know, we saw it earlier, and I would be a little scared if I was Kelly right now, because you get too far of a jump in front of a couple cars or any small pack of cars, they're going to catch you, and it might not be so pretty when they do. But Kelly dominated this track last night. He was definitely the car to beat in the nationwide cars. And he might have found that same groove again. And we could see Kelly take this thing all the way.
Well, he's got a good rhythm and a good line going right now. He's not overusing his car. And he just needs a good clean green flag pit stop when he goes, and to try to keep that thing out front.
Looks like Daryl Pace has finally gotten second position back. He got around Speed, but Speed's not giving him too much room to get away.
Yeah, and that's setting Daryl up for the next pit stop, because he's going to have the advantage over Speed going in if Kelly does drop in there.
And as we speak, Kelly's on the brakes, and he is making the turn on the pit road.
It looks like Speed's going with him. Daryl might have missed that one.
Yeah, it looked like to me that Daryl had such a run on him by the time that Kelly decided to go in, he couldn't anticipate quick enough.
It's going to make Daryl our new race leader.
They're well within the window that this will be their final time on pit road unless we have a caution.
Yeah, most definitely. We should see race to the end after this. Daryl's going to go ahead and make it in. Oh, he slid it up on the track.
Missed it.
He gets it under control and gets back on pit road.
Wow, that was close.
78's also on pit road. He's already pulling away. The 6 is on pit road. And 21 and 13 are both coming off together. Now remember, the 4 was the first one to go on pit road quite a few laps before the rest of our leaders. Be interesting to see when everybody gets sorted out and back up to speed where the 4 is in relation to the 21.
So even though right now we're cycling through the pits, the time clock still got the 17 in the lead. I think that's going to change here in the next lap. But we're currently looking at 10th place and back are now a lap down. Could be because we're cycling through pits. We're just going to have to play it out another couple laps to see how it goes.
Yeah, I think we are going to see the 4. Jeremy Jeffries is going to inherit the lead with Kelly Horner, the 21. He'll probably be scored second next time by. Then TDR Speed, and then Daryl Pace are going to be our top 4.
Yeah, you're right. Jeremy's being scored in the number 4 car coming across the line in first place now.
And he's got a sizable lead, but I imagine Kelly's going to be up on the wheel now, looking for some draft and help, and they're going to try to run him back down again, just like they did earlier, because tires are definitely going to be in favor of the 21 and 13.
Yeah, Jeremy gained almost 6 seconds more than almost 5.5 second lead over the 21. Looks like we're under caution.
We got a caution.
That's going to bring us all back together.
That's going to change everything. I know the 4 did not want to see that. I've seen the 4 make incredible gains on pit road. He appears to be a master at that.
And it looks like I found our caution already. Looks like the number 78 did a solo spin on us. See if we can get that in your bottom right corner there.
Yep, it just got loose on him.
Same place on the track we've seen quite a few issues.
Yeah, he backs it into the wall hard. That's going to crunch his rear end in quite a bit. Good thing was nobody got into him, and it looks like that's the only hit he took was backing it into the wall. Everybody else seems to get around him clean. So hopefully he's all right, and we get this green flag going to the end of the race.
It looks like we got the number 4 going on pit lane.
Yeah, that would be a no-brainer. He's going to need some tires. Question is he going to roll the dice for some track position here and just take 2? Or is he going to, he might have been very close on the fuel window too, given the lap that he went in on. So he's definitely going to get on there. If it was me, I'd be looking to get 4 tires right here.
Yeah, but it wasn't that long ago that the 4 and the 21 pitted together, and that's how Jeremy gained over 5 second lead. I'm kind of shocked that he's in, and I can see Jeremy taking this to the end with what he's got already. I don't know why Jeremy's in there.
Well, if you remember, it was the 13 and the 21 that pitted together. Jeremy pitted a good 6-7 laps, I believe, ahead of them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and as a driver, you want new shoes. If you're coming to the end of the race, you know you're going to be abusing them. I put 4 new shoes on there.
I got you. I thought he was in the same pit cycle with the 21. But I remember you're right now, the 21 and the 13 went in together, and Darrell missed that one.
And 4 tires was the order of the day. We're shaping up here to see a pretty good finish with just under 20 laps to go. They'll probably get the green with about 17, 16 laps to go here. And we're shaping up for a really tight battle to the finish. And 33 has found himself, he's got damage. We saw he had heavy contact earlier. He's right in the mix, and I've been watching Martin. He has been running some pretty good lap times. He was running with the 78 car for quite a while on that last run, and he was holding his own. Curious to see if he's got something for him now. He looks like he's going to restart in 4th place.
Well, I definitely wouldn't count out that number 6.
I was just thinking that, Tommy. It's the closing laps of the race, and look who's making his appearance. It's Mr. Jeff Bond.
Well, this is going to be quite interesting if they're going to use their tires up for 10 laps, or somebody going to play the head game and just kind of save the tires for that last run for those last 3 laps.
Might see somebody like Joey the Man or even Jeff Bond take that strategy, looking at the cars in front of them, but for Kelly and certainly for Martin and Jeremy, it's going to be go time. I expect that those guys are going to be up on the wheel from the drop of the green flag, and Speed and Darrell are in very good position to make something happen if there's any kind of mistakes made.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, you've got some really good, clean, competitive drivers right there in the top 5, 6 cars. And, they've all been up front most of the night. And if Martin is doing good damage-wise, he's going to be in the mix for sure. So I still think the top 6, it could be any of them.
Gotta agree with you there, Rich. And with Martin's kind of damage, he might be in one of those situations where he may not be able to pull out and lead somebody, but if he's got draft coming from front and behind, he's not going to be going backwards at all. We know how fast he was in practice. We know how fast he was in qualifying. We talked to him earlier, and we know how good a handle he knows he has on this car. He's going to give it everything he's got.
Yeah, I definitely know the feeling. I had a rocket ship earlier. It was handling, phenomenal, and the straightaways was unreal. So these guys are fixing to get up on the wheel. They're going to use every bit of their car they can.
Cars are currently cruising down the backstretch. The pace cars' lights are out. Everybody's getting single file line to get this thing green flag racing again. This time by, we're going to see Kelly Horner take the green flag and get this thing going.
And it will be 16 laps to the finish. So they should be able to run these cars pretty hard.
They're rolling off of turn 4, coming across the front stretch, going through the tri-oval. And we're green flag racing. Oh, somebody spins them back in the pack. I think that might have been Martin.
Yep, a little bit of smoke coming off the 33 tires on the restart, and they're all single file going through 1 and 2 as they should be. And it's going to be getting dicey right now coming onto the backstretch. The 33 is already looking to the inside. He wants to make a move on the 17.
And number 4 is following close to the 33. It's going to be interesting if he can make a move, get towards the front. He's going to have to do it before sooner or later. He's got a couple cars to pass.
Yep, looks like the 3 of Joey DeMann is almost doing as we predicted. He's watching, he's getting his tires broken in just right, he's taking all this in and is going to pick his spots.
I'm amazed at the run that the number 4 was getting coming out of the turn, closing up on the 33.
Yeah, he was able to get on that gas. He's driving in there pretty deep right now, and he was able to get on the gas pretty soon. And Kelly in the 21, he's got a nice little gap there, and all he's looking for, he goes, I want to see 2 wide in my rearview mirror. As soon as these guys start mixing it up for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, he is going to look to check on out of here. Joey DeMann is pitching up to that high side, taking care of his tires. And he's still falling in line. And the 17 gets a little piece of the wall going out of 2, and that's going to open the door for the 33 going into turn 3. He's down there, and he's going to bring the 4 with him.
And Joey's going to jump down in behind the 4. He's going to get under the 17 also. I really thought the 17 was going to get up there and challenge, but I think he got put in a bad situation, you know, with hitting that wall and messing his rhythm up, and now he's slowly dropped back a little.
Yep, and Joey said, okay, that's one position I'm going to take right now. Joey gets a little 2 wheels on the apron, makes a nice save going up there, but that's going to open the door back up for the 17 to get under the 3 as we're coming onto the front stretch.
And now we've got the 7 coming up here, one to challenge as well. So the 7 is now on the back end of the 17. That's Randy.
Contact between the 17 and 3 as they turn off into turn 1, and Joey goes up and is able to keep it off the wall and fall back in line, but there was contact between the 17 and the number 3 going into that turn. Looks like we got another battle shaping up front. Looks like Martin in the 33 is taking a look to the outside of Speed. And he falls back in line. He's going to he's trying to set him up inside, trying to set him up outside, and Jeremy Jeffries in the 4 is going to be right there to go with him, looks like.
Yeah, and while all this racing's going on behind our leader, I'm sure Kelly's up there on front just smiling right now, saying, you guys keep going at it. I'm feeling good.
The more they go at it, the more Kelly's going to be smiling. He is sitting in the catbird seat right now. He does not want to see a caution. He wants to see these guys race it out clean behind him, and that will work right to his favor.
10-4, 10-4. Now, we do have a little bit of a rule change now because we're under 10 to go, and that means these guys are racing back if there's a caution. So if anything happens, they're racing back to the caution flag. There's no more holding your positions. So it's game on here. As long as this thing stays green, this could get pretty intense here.
Well, we've got 2nd through 7th just bundled up in one line, waiting for these closing laps. They've got to start thinking about making their moves soon.
Yeah, the laps are slowly ticking away. If they want to get up there and challenge that 21, they're going to have to start moving.
Wow, what a pop Darrell just hit. Just before going into 1, he popped that outside wall pretty good.
Yeah, he's definitely sporting some damage on the right side of that 17 car right now. And he's trying to think about that because he's looking now to capitalize on the 4.
Oh, 33 hits the wall hard. And that might give the 17 his position.
And the 3 is coming and makes a move on the outside of the 7 going in there. Joey knows it's go time. And when you see these guys washing up into the wall like that, that means they're saving nothing. They are going for it. We've got 7 laps to go.
I am still amazed with the damage that number 4 has, that he's able to stay with those front 2 cars.
Yeah, he had hard contact. We saw that with Jeff Bond in the number 6 earlier, and it was front-end contact for the number 4.
I tell you, last night in the nationwide race, my car took a lot of damage, and it was really funny how it worked. I could stay on the tail end of a pack, but as soon as I got out front, they would just blow my doors off every time they wanted to. It was unbelievable how the clean air actually hurt me.
Well, it looks like we've got a 3-car breakaway now, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, with the 4 looking to make a move on the 13 on the outside. He's staying up there. We've seen the 4 run the outside and be competitive all night. And then we've got another pack of 4 cars that with 33, the 17, the 3, and the 7. If they see those 2 cars start racing, they're going to close right back up. But right now, they've got a pretty good gap back to 4th place.
I don't know, though. I think Kelly might have this thing unless something really drastic happens. They're running out of laps.
Oh yeah, and he's
Oh, we
smiling
got one
right
in the
now.
grass. Joey just went through the grass.
Oh, this is going to get ugly. Whoa. Wow, Joey was able to keep it on the bottom and not come up in front of those cars. Amazing.
But the caution, the pace car is coming out. The caution flag is out. This may be it. They're racing back to the line.
Looks like Kelly Horner's going to take that caution.
He's going to take that caution, and that may be the win for him. I don't know if we're going to get to go see Green Racing again. And Jeremy Jeffries is going to cross the stripe in second. And TDR Speed is going to bring it home third. And Martin Cart, Damage and All, in fourth. And Darrell Pace will be your top 5 if we do not go back to Green Racing. We may get one of those situations, Rich and Tommy, where we get one of these one-lap shootouts.
I don't know. We got a lap down car, so I'm thinking they're going to at least take 2 pace laps. We've only got 3 laps to go. I don't think we're going to see green. I think this is going to be the end of it. You know, it's a shame this game won't allow you to do a green-white checker.
Yeah, we would like to see those, and that adds so many more dynamics right down to fuel strategy too, because you've got to plan for the possibility of those extra laps. Pace lights would have to go out this next time by for us to get a one-lap shootout.
Yeah, I just don't see it happening. I mean, we've got one car a lap down, and I'm pretty sure if somebody's a lap down, we're taking at least 2 caution laps.
I know Kelly's up there hoping those lights stay on, and we're figuring they probably are, but he's probably not going to breathe easy till they cross that stripe again and the lights stay on.
Well, I'll tell you guys, I mean, I know we had some glitches at the beginning of the show, and a couple of restarts due to some server glitches or something, but this has been one heck of a race once we got it restarted.
Oh, it sure has. We've seen what we've come to expect at Dyno. Quality racers doing some quality, respectful, hard driving and putting on one heck of a show.
Yeah, that glitch that we had on the restart of the race, we can blame that on Gas Monkey.
Perhaps a little of that dreaded admin curse.
I'm not sure what happened. I know they exited out, and it seemed to have problems behind me after I did it, so I have to take the blame for it.
So we're actually running on lap 106 right now. That means we're only going to get one more lap in. This thing's not going to go green. Pace lights are still on. So I think your race winner is definitely going to be the 21 of Kelly Horner.
That is correct. Because we are coming up on lap 107 and the lights are still on. And that is going to cement our top 5. The 21 of Kelly Horner is going to go back to back at Vegas. Puts on a heck of a show. And followed by Jeremy Jeffries, Damage and All is going to bring that machine home second place. And TDR Speed in the 13 machine is going to bring home a top 3 podium finish.
User left your channel.
So it looks like Tommy might have headed down to the garage area.
Field's going to take the white flag this time by.
It looks like somebody didn't realize there's another lap to go. It looks like they pulled off the track, but they're finally getting back on there. That might have been the 24 Batman.
He almost did the Mark Martin there.
Well, he's got 3 cars behind him. I mean, he would have lost a few positions if he pulled off early, you know.
Yep. Somebody, I'm sure, out there yelled at him, "Hey, buddy, race is not over yet."
Oh, it's funny. I mean, when you end under caution and you've taken 2 or 3 caution laps already, you kind of lose track because you know you're pretty much where you're at. And I've caught myself doing that. I'd go down, and I think, wait a minute, everybody's still going, so you got to get back up there and finish that last lap. So this is going to be it, their final cruise through turn 4. As we cross the start-finish line this time by, your race winner is going to be the number 21, Kelly Horner. So he pulls a double header, last night's nationwide winner and tonight's cup winner. So DRTV wants to congratulate Kelly Horner in the 21 Dodge for pulling a double header this weekend.
User joined your channel.
It's a great job by Kelly. Quality driver. He was getting after it all night. And he's going to go 2 for 2 here at Las Vegas. The checkered flag is in the air.
As you see the other cars congratulating him and driving around the leader, I'm sure Kelly's going to come around and show us his burnout skills. He put on a good show last night, so hopefully we'll get another good one tonight.
Well, guys,
Yes,
I enjoyed being in the booth with y'all, and y'all have a good one. And my hats off to Kelly, and we look forward to next weekend with you.
All right, Tommy, thanks for helping us out, buddy, and we'll see you next weekend for sure.
Safe racing, Tommy.
User disconnected from your channel.
Tell you, Darryl Pace brought that 17 machine home in 5th place, and I cannot believe the amount of damage. That right side of that 17 Tide machine is really heavily caved in. We had a couple incidents of contact with the wall there, but he still managed to bring that machine home in 5th. And the 21 Mopar machine of Kelly Horner has given us a big smoke show up on the front stretch. Just when you thought Kelly was done burning them down, he's going after it again. He's going to have rims left when he brings that thing to the attention of his crew into victory lane. He's now making the reverse slap up against the wall, waving out to the fans.
10-4. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get a hold of these top 3 winners, or top 3 from this race tonight, and get their thoughts on the race and congratulate them in just a minute as Kelly makes his backwards victory lap.
User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel. User was moved to your channel.
So how about it, Sean? Do you got 13 Speed, our 3rd place finisher?
I certainly do. We're down here looking to the happy faces of the 13 crew and Mr. TDR Speed. Speed, I know you may not necessarily be happy with third because you were leading at this race at one point, but you put on a heck of a race, sir. How do you feel?
I'm glad we got through this one. That two green flag pit stops. That was awesome.
Oh, there was some quality racing for sure. When you took that last restart, did you see Kelly check out there? Did you think you were going to have anything if we stayed green to the end to run him back down?
I slid through my pits and had to back up, and I said that was a bad time for a mistake.
Well, you sure gave it a good run tonight. We were watching you do some quality driving, some heavy, tight but clean battling going on there throughout for positions. A lot of good give and take, and a quality job. Who makes it go for you there, Speed? Who'd you like to thank?
I would definitely like to thank Mountain Dew and Ford for all their help, and TDR Racing for everything that they do to keep us ready to go. Of course, DYNO and the DYNO admin to take care of everything on a weekly basis.
We are happy to see you here, and congratulations on a third place finish, Bud. Great racing out there, and as usual, a good quality time.
Right on. Thank you, guys.
All right, Rich, have you caught up with anybody else?
Yeah, Jeremy, sorry, Sean. Yeah, I'm down here, and I finally found the number 4, Jeremy Jeffries. Jeremy, you had a lot of good racing tonight, and second place finish is pretty commendable. I really thought that you needed to get going earlier. I didn't expect that caution to come out, but do you think if you had an extra few laps, you might have caught Kelly? And how do you feel about this? Second place at Las Vegas is pretty good.
Yeah, well, first off, let me thank my Monster Energy crew and Team Chevy for putting together one fast, very fast car. I think I could have probably caught Kelly if we'd been able to run out the rest of the race, but I'm not sure I would have been able to pass him.
I hear that. There was a lot of door handle racing, a lot of lead swaps, a lot of fighting for second and third place tonight. I know you were involved in some of that. Very aggressive, but very clean racing amongst the top 5, top 6 most of the race. I know when you were up front at some points, there was Daryl Pace behind you one time. You had to have your hands full this whole race. It had to be exhilarating.
This was one heck of a race. This track is awesome. The setup that the guys put on my car was amazing, and you just couldn't get away from anybody. That draft would pull them right back up to you, and if you could hold them off sometimes if you could take their line away and get them a little arrow tight, but it was hard to get away from anybody on the track under green.
10-4, I hear that. We're glad you had a good race. Glad to see you made it in second place, and hopefully we're going to get to see you next week. Good racing, buddy.
All right, thanks, Rich.
Sean, have you found our race winner somewhere down there?
Oh my God, Rich, it's a total madhouse down here. I'm down here with the 21 crew and Kelly Horner, who's gone back-to-back at Las Vegas. He burned the tires right off this machine. Kelly, are you there?
You bet, I'm here.
How do you feel there, winner? You've gone back-to-back 2 nights in a row, put on a heck of a run tonight, and you are Las Vegas champion ×2.
It just makes up for the bad week we had last week. It just rectifies a really bad showing down in Phoenix.
Well, Phoenix was a tough track for quite a few drivers, but those memories have got to be distant now because you brought it to victory lane 2 nights in a row and did it in impressive form. Some good battling, some good clean racing all night. Did you feel there at the end when you got that good restart on the final green flag, that when saw some racing going on behind you, that was just playing into your hands?
Yeah, basically. When I seen that Speed and Jeffries were fighting it out, I figured it gave me an advantage to try to pull away, and I tried to make it in my mind just to not burn up my stuff and keep my distance, and it worked.
Well, it sure did. That's what we figured was going to go on here, that the more they raced, the more you were able to save. So if they did break free and get to you, that you would have something for them for sure. And you definitely did. I'm sure you didn't want to see it end under caution, but you were pretty well in control there, sir. Let's ask you, who gets it done for you, Kelly? Who makes that 21 machine so stout?
The Big M, Mr. Mopar. It's the only way to go. It's there's a whole lot of Chevys in our classes here, and there's just as many Fords, but it only takes one Mopar.
And one heck of a driver piloting that Mopar machine for sure. Well, Mr. Kelly Horner, congratulations. Looks like you've got a lot of partying to do last night, tonight, and some good momentum going forward, sir. Congratulations again on a big, big win.
And I'd like to thank my crew, my TWA crew, for sticking with us and keeping everything going. Dyno for putting on one heck of a place to come race.
And a great race it was. Well, we'll let you get back to your celebration there, Kelly, and we're going to toss it back up to Rich. That's Kelly Horner, your Las Vegas winner.
Well, there you have it, race fans. Las Vegas ×2, last night in the Nationwide. Then again tonight, he does it in the Cups. Kelly Horner's your winner. He's going to dominate Las Vegas for this weekend. Had one heck of a race, 107 laps here at DYNO Racing, realistic damage. Several lead changes, one exhilarating race. We hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast. And we're going to do this every Saturday night in the Cup Series here with DYNO Racing. So look forward to getting back out with you again next Saturday night. And we'll close this out with a DRTV commercial. And we'll go off the air at the end of the commercial. So thanks for watching. And we'll be back on again live next Saturday night. Take care.